This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration. And this channel is here to help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous life. And if you are a new, like you just found me, welcome. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for coming on back. I really appreciate your support. Now you're going to see the chat is going to be to the side of me, hopefully to the side of me. And hopefully that's where it shows up while we're talking about this subject. So we're just going to let the alerts kind of go out and let people come in. But before then, I want to let everybody know that we are having a May subscriber giveaway, and that giveaway is for a $100 Amazon gift card. So all you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on any and all videos that I put out in May. And for every comment that you leave, you're going to get one entry into the drawing. And then as you, if you refer this, share this video and whatnot, and somebody comes and subscribes, right? As a result, and they say, hey, so-and-so sent me, then you and them will also get a entry. Hello, Sage the Brain. And as you guys are coming in and you're watching this later, please consider subscribing to Sage the Brain. I'm doing well. Muy bien, muy bien. Hello, Sag Fire. Hello. So tonight, I'm getting back to some teaching. And I wanted to talk tonight about, we're going to speak on how to handle energetic shifts. How do we handle these energy shifts? There are so many things that can constitute an energy shift, right? It can be the new moon. We just came into another new moon cycle. Of course, you do that every 28 days. In new moon in Taurus, you're going to come up with, there's retrogrades going on. We have right now 3 major planets in retrograde. We have Jupiter in retrograde. We have Saturn in retrograde, and we have Pluto in retrograde. And they're going to be in retrograde for a hot second. Some of you, as you become more awakened, you will notice that you're starting to get downloads or just get like more information that just kind of comes in. And then there's just general, right? Just general energy just running around. And hello, Miss Alice. What do we do with all this? I hear this a lot. We talk about this a lot on this channel. The first thing I'm going to say as far as how to handle an energy shift is stop fighting it. Don't fight it. Don't fight the funk. Okay? Let it go. So we have to know every time there's a shift. Like I myself over the last 2 to 3 weeks have been going through this like crazy energetic shift. And I've known that it's a leveling up. As Jupiter went into retrograde, as Saturn went into retrograde, and then lovely Pluto joined it, there were a whole lot of things that I had to start looking at. And I recognized I have to start looking at it. So the first thing is don't try to fight it. Because honestly, the more you fight an energy, the more you actually draw it to you. The harder it is to just flow with it. Energy flows. Energy is like water. It flows. So let it go. Ride the wave. Okay? Ride the wave. The second thing to remember is it doesn't matter if it's a retrograde. It doesn't matter if you've got a planet that's square to your Venus or whatever, right? It doesn't matter, all of that. What matters, there's not good nor bad associated with those types of energies. So retrogrades are not always bad, and you shouldn't look at them as bad. So when you look at an energetic shift, instead of looking at it and saying, oh, is this going to be good or is this going to be bad? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? Don't freak out, right? We're going to just flow with it, but take what's happening right before you. And you may not even know that there's a planet that's in retrograde, or you might not even realize that globally we're going through this it's like growing pains. It's like birth pains, right? And each time something major happens, it's another contraction. I don't know if you all have been paying attention to the news, but here in America, for those of you that are overseas, here in America, we've got all this stuff going on about, the Democrats wanting to expose Trump for this, that, and the third, our president for this, that, and the other. And everybody's pointing fingers. Hello, Miss Kelsey. Everybody's pointing fingers here and saying, you talked to the Russians and you did this and you did that and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, all this stuff, right? It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. All this is going on politically, which is really of no consequence. All the while, if you notice today, we're rushing B-52 bombers over to Iran because the Iranians have threatened our troops that are overseas. Okay? They've threatened our troops. So we've got like this like war kind of brewing. This war brewing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we've got all this crap happening here. We have all this crap happening here. Meanwhile, crazy, we've got Kim Kardashian, of all people, that has been instrumental in releasing 17 people that were serving life sentences for their first nonviolent offense. What in the heavens is going on? Right? We've got all these different players. We've got people that are, we've got energy like that's happening crazy, people like Nipsey Hussle that have been, murdered and other people that have been silenced. And we've got people getting taken off of Facebook and IG for speaking their truth. All of these, what is happening? Right? We have to at some point decide that we're going to look at the energy for what it is and then take a step back and analyze it. I'm not going to say any of these things are bad. We have to stop looking at things as bad or good as we're analyzing it. Now, I can point to Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all being in retrograde, and I can tell you right now, all of this unrest is because the energy that is coming through. First of all, Pluto demands change. Pluto itself, as an energetic entity, demands change. It demands unrest. When it goes into retrograde, usually that signifies personal unrest. Or it can also signify, I'm pulling back the curtains so you can see all the crap, so you can start rooting it out. And it will happen on a global scale, and it'll happen on an individual scale. Hello, Yasmin. Right? Either a global scale or an individual scale. Jupiter signifies big things, big plans, big dreams, big, because it's Sagittarius, right? That big Sagittarian. I'm really hyper, ready to go. I'm going somewhere with this. Just hang with me. Jupiter does that. So now all these big plans that people have had, or powers that be have had, or you've had, now it's pulling back. We're pulling back now. Okay? We got to pull back the curtain and look at all these big plans and see them for what they are. And perhaps we need to change a few things here. Maybe there's some things that need to be changed because, Saturn is also in retrograde. And both of those planets are at home, which then says, what is our foundation? So if I put all of this together, the foundational things that are going on, like it feels like the very foundation of everything is being shaken. The world is topsy-turvy. It's like anybody who's into comic books, it's like Bizarro World, the Superman comic books. You're looking at this as Bizarro World. How in the heck is Kim K all of a sudden the freedom fighter? When did that happen? Like the queen of appropriation. We'll talk about that another time. But how did that happen, right? Where's our Jay-Z and our Meek Mill and our all these other people that are like, where are they? Why are they playing catch up? This is Bizarro World. Everything that is to be shaken will be shaken. Anything that needs to be moved and disrupted, the pattern has to be disrupted. Capricorn is about pattern and foundation. Jupiter is about big ideas, and this is my big idea. This is where I wanted to go. So if you're finding yourself in a position where you've made all these, you've made all these strides, right? You've made all these positive steps towards the big idea, and now all of a sudden it feels like it's gone, it's a screeching halt, and all of a sudden the pattern is disrupted. It's because it has to be right now in order for you to then take it to the next step. That happens on a global scale, and it happens on an individual scale. Now, I can sit here and look at Bizarro World. I'm still on point 2, by the way. I can sit here and look on Bizarro World and say, this is nuts. This is crazy. I'm just going to pull the covers over my head and call me in 6 months as soon as this is all over with. Or I can ride the wave. Or I can look at this and say, okay, what is this disrupting in my personal life? We're going to take it to personal. How do I handle energetic shifts? I handle it the same way I handle everything else. I look at it from a 30,000 foot view. I look at it from an external view because you have to understand the energy shift, the energetic shift that's happening right now, and any energetic shift that happens. So first, we have to ride the wave. Second, don't assign it good, bad, or indifferent. Instead, really just analyze it. The third thing you have to remember is that the energetic shift that's happening right in front of you is not real. If energy flows, it's fluid. What's happening in front of you, it's not permanent. The energy itself cannot be created or destroyed, but the shift and the flow and the ebb is not real. Because, beloved, we are living in Bizarro World. We are living in the matrix, if you will. We are living out a human experience as a divine, spiritual, infinite being. Therefore, everything that I see in front of me is temporal. Temporal. Hello, angelic. It's temporal. It's mutable, it's malleable, it's changeable. Now, Sapphire, to you, what I would say is everything that's being shaken is being shaken. And it's good that you are not sticking your head underneath the, right? That's one option. I know a lot of people, when certain planets go into retrograde, they go into hiding. But you're taking the shaking and you're using it to propel you towards the direction you're supposed to be in. And that's exactly what you should do. You're taking the shaking and you're going forward with it. Now, I know I'm not pulling cards tonight and whatnot, but this is some information I feel very strongly you all need to hear. So we say, okay, I'm going to ride the wave. Just ride the wave, ride the wave. Don't fight it. We look at it and we analyze it retrospectively. Right? What do I say always? Retrospectively, introspectively, and objectively. Those three ways we look at it, right? As we're interacting with it. And then what we do is we say, now what am I going to do to apply it? We recognize that it is interacting with a third dimensional, temporal, not real, not really real world. Because as you know, as we've talked about, hello SR, as we've talked about before, you have the power here and here, your upper chakras have the power to change your world. We've talked about manifestation ad nauseum. So why is it when we know that we have the ability to utilize our own energetic frequencies, we have the ability to look at and reshape our world, why is it when an energetic shift happens, we forget about all that and we just like, oh my gosh? Why do we do that? Why not become that master manipulator of energy that we came here to be? The whole point of awakening and ascension and all of this and walking in your life purpose is to learn to be the master manipulator of energy, to learn to be the master creator of your world. So how do I handle energetic shifts? I go with the flow. I'm like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? What's going on? What areas of my life is this trying to either course correct or help propel me? And usually it's a combination of both. And then I make the decision to utilize the energy that is here, and instead of buying into the fear and the doubt and the anger that is being portrayed on a negative scale in the world, I then decide I'm going to own this. And I'm going to use this energy for my good. You have a choice. You either allow the energy to own you and take you over. So I could have seen the notification that, we're sending B-52 bombers overseas. And I could see all the unrest that's happening in our government right now that really is rather pointless, if you will. Because it is. It's foolish and pointless. I'm over it. I could take all of that and I could be like, oh my gosh, the disruption is going on. Pluto, oh my gosh. And I could look at some things even in my own personal life. I'm going, oh man, Pluto, you really messing with me. Hello there, how are you? Hello, missing. But instead of buying into the fear, so instead of when someone tells you that a planet is in retrograde or this is a new moon cycle or, oh, we're moving into Taurus season and hurtling quickly towards Gemini season, and oh my gosh, man, I don't get along with Geminis. Man, I really don't like Tauruses either. Holy cats, I don't know what I'm going to do. What is this new moon supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? Instead of doing all of that, instead of freaking out, why can't I take this energy and harness it for myself? Why can't I take this energy and say, oh, we're playing the disruption game in my little world right now, right? Okay, Pluto, let's look and see what needs to be shaken. And let's shake it up. Let's do the damn thing, right? Let's shake it up. And how can I shake it up for my betterment instead of being worried about what detriment it could possibly be? Hello, Miss Lee. Why am I not doing that? I'm going to tell you something. People like me sometimes get bad names. And we get bad names sometimes, or people look at us a little crazy because they're like, ooh, what is she talking about? Like none of, it goes against some people's sensibilities, right? They'll say some external force, hello, Triple G, some external force outside of me is going to come and shape my world for me. Some external force outside of me is going to come rain down blessings all upon me. I don't have to do anything but just sit here and remain happy and just be like, Lord, I don't know why I'm going through this. I don't know why this is happening to me. I don't know why, but I know it's all for my good. And I'm not trying to make fun of nobody, so please don't nobody get offended, all right? At some point, though, when do we finally decide that we are going to not remain a non-participant in our future and in our present? But that instead of saying, I don't know why this keeps happening to me, I get no idea. Oh my gosh, everybody's just doing everything. Oh my God. Will you please put your big girl panties on and your big boy pants on? And say, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep attracting this? And perhaps this retrograde energy is giving me a chance to look behind that curtain. You know, whenever there's a big major, that's right, Kelsey. Whenever there's a major shift like this, I'm going to tell you, the reason why I haven't been live a lot over the last couple of weeks, hey, S. Marie, is because I've had to really take a look at this channel, at other things that I'm doing with Heart of Inspiration. I had to take some time to get some downloads. I had to take some time to review where Lisa is, where Heart of Inspiration is. What am I doing with my life? And what is it that I'm missing? Where can I improve? What do I need to leave behind? What direction should I go in? And I can't tell you I have the fullness of that. And I could sit here and whine about my lack of this, or I don't have as many of this, or I don't have 100 people in my chat at once, or whatever. I could sit here and whine about all that and woe is me. Or I could take it and say, okay, maybe I don't. But is there something that I need to do to change? Is there something I can do to affect that change? And what is that? I am not going to, he's coming back to you, by the way. He's coming back. He'll come back around. Anyway, I'm sorry, everybody watching the replay. I have to make the decision that I'm going to manifest my best life. No matter what the energy is going on around me. You see, a master or mistress, manifester, doesn't worry about all the temporal stuff that's happening around them. Doesn't worry about all of that. You know why we don't worry about that? Because I control my world. Myself and the Supreme, we control my world. How do I handle an energetic shift? I look and see what it's trying to teach me. I look and see how this fits into my human experience and what lessons I'm supposed to take from it. I own the energy. I heard you, Kelsey. I own the energy. And I use the energy and I manipulate that energy for my good. And I operate in my divinity. I operate in my divine nature. That ain't gonna sit well with some of y'all. but I need you to let it simmer. I need you to finally get it down in your very being that you have the ability to change your world. Every energetic shift that happens, you have the ability to take that energy and harness it for your good. Now, do you believe that? Or are we just going to continue to say, well, when Jupiter goes into retrograde, well, I got to watch it. I got a few more months. And finally, when it goes direct, finally, I'll be able to do what it is I want. Finally, those big dreams are going to come true. Finally. No, they're not. Yes, the energies are crazy. I'm going to tell you, look, let me tell you something. Earlier today, I had a headache that was right here. It was heavy. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So I just sat for a second and allowed my higher consciousness, it was like a crown chakra, headache. I'm like, okay. All right. Left side, logic, right? What is it I need to see? And so I just let it sit and subside instead of fighting it, going, why is my head hurting? Why is my head hurting? Why is my head hurting? No. What is it? And then in that moment, in that quiet, I'm like, okay, I haven't laid my plan out at work the way that I should. I need to do this, and this. I'm trying to hear, right? If my eye starts jumping, I don't, okay, all right, close, what's going on? I don't care what you're doing, as long as you're not driving. Close your eyes, right? Get within. Do you know the reason why you have to meditate? I'm going all over the place. Another way that we handle energies, step up your meditation game. Your physical body, people, this does not get any easier. Let me tell you something. These shifts and these moves and these downloads and these leveling up is not going to get any easier. It just won't. Because there's not a lot of time. In this iteration of humanity, there's not a lot of time. There is a lot in the ethers. There are downloads that our spirit guides, that supreme spirit, that the other dimensions are attempting to get to us. There are placements in our crown. We actually have a physical crown. We actually have a physical crown chakra. A spiritual crown chakra. But there are different jewels and different lessons in each of the 12 points. And at some point I'll talk about it. But there's different points that we're getting downloaded with. Each of us are doing it at a different pace, at a different rate, in a different order. However, the general gist of it is this, that those that have ears, spiritual ears right now, and those that have spiritual sight, we're being given this information so we can use it. Because we are going to have to be the leaders in manifesting our world. There's a big battle. It is, and it's not going to get any easier. It's just starting. And that's why there's not a lot of time. Okay? There's not a lot of time. We are here to raise the vibrational set point, the frequency set point of this iteration of humanity. Each one reach one. And then there's going to be others that are coming up behind us. So listen, beloveds, we have to get used to moving. I've been saying this for almost half a year. We have to get used to moving at the speed of spirit, at the speed of light. So it's hard on our third dimensional bodies because we're not used to moving it. We're not used to moving that way. We're not used to getting download after download. We're not used to, right, activating that portion of us. That's why it's very important to learn how to go with the flow. It's a perfect saying. We got to go with the flow. We have to go with the flow of energy. Energy flows up, it goes down, and it gets recycled. It goes up and down and gets recycled all the way through. That's what happens. Okay? We have to go with that flow. We can't keep stopping it the minute we get a headache. We can't keep freaking out. We got to ride with it. What are you saying? Take a moment. Your meditation game has to get on point. Why? Because your meditation game is where you learn how to just go with the flow. How to get to the upper dimension like that. That's how you handle energetic shifts. I go up. Let me put it another way. If there's a flood, right? The mighty rushing river, right? All of a sudden the river just rushes. Right? Do you go down into the rushing water? Do you go down into it? If there's like a wall of water coming, do you go into these rapids? I suppose if you in a canoe or a kayak and that's what your thing is, but that ain't mine. So, if there's a flood coming, do y'all go into the flood waters to get swept away? Or do you get up to higher ground? If you know there's a flood coming, where do they tell you to go? To higher ground. So why is it when we are experiencing energetic shift, we go down into the rushing water and like, oh my God, I can't handle it, I'm drowning. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? What I'm trying to help you understand is when you get into your meditative state, you go up here. You go to the higher elevation and you can look down and then you can see the direction the water is going. And as you see the direction the energy is going, oh, that's where it's ending. Oh, that's where it's going to. Oh, it's washing away all these fools that I don't need in my life anymore. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, it's washing away all these negative statements and thoughts about myself. And it's washing them away. Bye-bye. Oh, it's washing away all the narratives everybody else has put on me. And I'm needing to clean and cleanse and reprogram my brain in these areas of my life. Hello, Miss Suri. Welcome. Thank you, Angelic. Right? Instead of getting drowned by it, beloveds, instead of being drowned by the energetic flow and shift, why not come up here and look at it from up here? Isn't it much easier? I tell you what, it sure is easier. Get your meditation game on point. So when you get that headache during the middle of the day, you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? Do you know what I do? I close my eyes, I center and I ground, and I ascend. I release the pressure from the third dimensional self, and I go to the higher self, and I ascend. What do we need to know? And now I've learned to trust and be spirit-led. I learn to trust what my spirit says to my physical body. If the more you can get to your meditation game and get that on point and raise it up, the easier it is to flow. Let me tell you something else. The more you get to your meditation game and get up there, do you know what else is easier? Manifestation. It is. The more you get up there, you know what's easier? Seeing your best life, visualizing it, and bringing it to you. You don't operate in lack in the ethers because there is no lack. Money is energy, right? And you can bring it to you. That's like a nothing. It's a nothing. Why do we assign so much to it? It's nothing. Bring it to you. Hello, Ranisha. Greetings. You pictured a funnel coming from the base of your skull, and the energy flows through the funnel and the headache releases. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because when you get that headache, really what's happening is whatever energetic download or upgrade or whatever, it's stuck here. Right? The energy gets stuck here. And so you do need to release it and let it flow. And in fact, I'm like getting a headache right now. Somebody has a headache right now, and it's like right here. Because this is really hard for some of you to grasp, because you're trying to grasp it in your third dimensional mind. But I'm speaking to your spirit. I'm speaking to your spirit. So if you're this is sympathy right now. Okay, I knew somebody had it. So listen, guys, can we do this really, really quick? Can we do this really, really quick? I know everybody's going, meh. Okay, let's do this quick. Okay, guys, I need everybody breathe in, out. In, out. In, out. Let it flow. Hey, Tawanda, let it flow. When you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling this energetic shift, when you really want to tap into your Kundalini energy, slow your breathing down. Slow it down. I feel it lifting. I feel the headaches lifting. Slow it down. Now, in the state that you're in right now, what is your spirit guiding you to do? Don't think, don't fret, don't freak out. Just be. And if it doesn't come to you right now, that's okay. Stay in this state, because sometimes the messages we get from here don't get translated immediately. It's okay. Stay calm. Stay calm. Angelic, your forehead is tingling because you're beginning, there's like an upgrade in your third eye that's happening. An upgrade to deeper sight, a depth of insight, a further peek behind the curtain, and future sight, better future sight, more focused, much more focused. Triple G, let it go. Just release it. Okay? Breathe. I'm not going to be on too much longer. First thing we have to do to handle energies, right? Energetic shift. Don't fight the funk. Don't fight it. Flow with it. Okay? Recognize it's there. Point number 2, don't assign good or bad to it. Just, it is. Investigate. It is. Just breathe through it, sir. You're also getting an upgrade. There's more than a few of you in here that are right now getting upgrades to your third eye. And those of you that are going to be watching this replay later, if you feel a tightness or a tingling in your forehead, you're getting upgrades to your third eye, your pineal gland site. Where you may have not had a great deal of insight before, you're getting it. Where you may have had it before, you're getting more. Some of you are getting future sight and premonition. Some of you are getting past life sight. There you go. Hello, LL. Thank you for joining. Okay? Flow with the energies. Flow with them. Do not assign good or bad to them. Point number 2. Instead, just see what they are. I will do many more videos then on, for instance, what Jupiter in retrograde while it's in Sagittarius means. I'll do one on Saturn. I'll do one on Pluto. I'll keep you guys abreast of what these energies represent and how their interactions, what their interactions mean or could potentially mean to you. But understand that each shift that we're experiencing is both a download and an upgrade, and some things that need to change and a reprogram. So just see it for what it is. The third thing is, own it. Use the energy and manipulate and apply it to your life to change your third dimensional world. Hello, Turner. So, LL, it's going to hit everybody. The key is we have to get used to it. Guys, it's not that bad. Believe me. So the third point, right? Own the energy and use it for your own purposes. That's what it's there for. It's not, these shifts don't happen. Thank you. These shifts do not happen to punish us. Those of us that are awakened and ascending and enlightened, they don't happen for that reason. They happen to help us. Yeah. Okay? They happen so that we can take them, own them, and use them. That's our purpose. That's our master manipulator purpose. So own it, use it. And fourth, and probably the most important, is practice looking at and observing and utilizing and manipulating the energy from higher dimensions. Get your manifestation game, yes, on point, and get your meditation game on fleek. Get your meditation game so tight that you can ascend. So that you can ascend. There are certain things that are no longer going to be as important to us, and it's a good thing. Right? Take every energetic shift, apply it to oneself to better oneself, to better your human experience. Become the master manipulator of energy that you are meant to be. Shape your world. This is temporal. It's a shift. It's not a permanent thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? not a permanent thing. Own it. Be the master manipulator. Don't let it manipulate you. All right. I'm going to sign off for the night so we can get this uploaded and the replay can happen. I don't want anybody to forget. Please, after the video is uploaded, just let it be. You're Triple G, you're getting the work done in you. Just let it be. After the video is uploaded, please consider liking and subscribing. Okay? And comment on this video. Every time you comment on this video or any other video that I put up during the month of May, you will get an entry into my subscriber giveaway. Okay? It's for our $100 Amazon gift card. Now, if you refer someone here and they subscribe and then in the chat or in the comment, they say, Suri sent me here, or Lee sent me here, or Angelic sent me here, both of you will get an additional entry into the drawing. All right, guys. We're going to be talking. Good. Keep it going. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. I love you guys. We're going to continue these chats, continue these teachings, all right? All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys. Namaste. Bye-bye.